Hello, my lovelies, and welcome to another episode on the Truly Bedrock server. Guys, we're over here on our bridge. I mean, I know we start most of the episodes on the bridge, but we're here because we have what seems like a few presents or a few boxes from some people, and I think it's time we check them out. So, first of all, we have a box from Zap. It says, "Thanks again for the inspiration, Zap." So, I have a bunch of candles, and that is amazing. That is freaking fantastic because it's really helpful. However, I just want to say, I already told Zap. I told Zap he didn't need to give me anything because I didn't do anything. like, I will show you. I will show you the clip of what happened when I met up with Zap. Okay, I'm going to show you right now. Hello.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
I hear through the grapevine, and you just asking me, that you need help.
I do. So, welcome.
Well, hi.
As you can see in front of you, I'm setting up a little bit of a shop.
Mm-hmm.
And this is as far as I got. And I'm stumped.
Okay. Is this the location in which you want the shop, or is this just your inventory?
This is kind of the way I've got it laid out. So if you look in some of these shulker boxes, they're full of what we're selling.
Okay.
Not all of them.
No, okay. So, wrong one. No. Ooh, orange dye. Okay.
This one's special. This one's not dye.
Oh, yeah. Okay, spider eyes. We like spider eyes.
So right now I don't have stock of green, cyan, lime, and brown, but everything else is full, and I just don't. Like, my creative juices ran out.
I was gonna say, I was flying in and I saw your spider, and not to mention your Coolio telescope. So you're doing great. I don't know how to be of service.
I don't know. That's why I brought you in. You
Okay.
do wonders with small spaces. I put a mushroom. Somebody built a mushroom over at your base, and I saw it. And
It was so good. I loved it. It was a great inspiration for my little weird witchy shop. It's like crystals. I just thought, you know what? Somebody who sells crystals would love a mushroom, like just a big old giant mushroom. So couldn't help it. It needed to happen. But absolutely, I can help. But I think that the first thing is, if this is where you want to shop, we're going to have to section it out a little bit. Like, this is a lot of big open space.
yeah, it's kind of gonna serve as a dual purpose, right? This isn't gonna be the only place that I have items for sale because I want people. I mean, we can move this. This doesn't have to be. This is me just kind of starting to try to plan. I do want people to be able to come in here and go up to the telescope, and then I want to sell some stuff up there too. It's like a gift shop.
Oh, that's gonna look cool. So just like a big old, like a museum sort of thing, like when you go in and you're like, ooh, and each little area has something you can buy stuff.
Yeah, like a planetarium, or is that what it's?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
Base slash.
There is definitely a lot of potential here, and I'm pretty sure we can create something really cool. Off camera, Zap and I talked for quite a while, right? We went over many things, many ideas of what we could do. We thought about maybe separating bits of this and adding stalls. We thought of lots of stuff. But then I was like, well, what happens if we put it underground? What happens if we use the space below here as shops? And he goes, no, we can't do that because I have farms and stuff down there. And I was like, well, let me see, right? I was just like, let me see what's down there. And you guys, Zap has been holding out on me. I had no idea how freaking much he had done. And let me tell you, look at this. If we go down here, you will see that Zap has all these amazing floors. He has done so much work, and he was just resolved to leaving this as farms and not letting the world see it. And I said, nay, nay, my friend, nay, nay. What you need to do is put your shops down on these layers. That's what needs to happen because they are so beautiful. He has put so much work into it and it just makes sense. It makes sense for him to use this space and just use it as storefront because not only do you get to show off what you've done, but you don't have to build more silly things, right? So yeah. That's all I did. That's all I told him. And I told him, you better do it, right? I kind of threatened him a little bit. I was like, if you don't do it, I'm going to be so mad because you've put all this time in and it's beautiful. And each floor is like that as you go down. Let's see. Floop. Look at this. He has put so much time and effort into these areas. It would just be such a shame for them to not be used. So here's to hoping that Zap takes my advice and puts the shops here because I'm really, really, really going to be upset with Mister if he does not. So yeah, that's all that happened. We kind of forgot to record another clip because of course we did, but I was really happy to be able to spend time with Zap and to get to tour his base because heck yes, it looks amazing. And now that you're back, let me say, I didn't do anything. He asked me to come over there to help him with the shop, and turns out he had the perfect place for a shop. He just needed me to come over and tell him how wonderful he is and how good of a job he's doing. And I did because he's doing great. And I cannot wait to see what happens when he puts the shops down in his area because I think it's going to look fantastic. So I will say thank you so much, Zap. For the candles, I will use them as you can see in my base, they're used all the time. So that's really going to be helpful. I appreciate it. Now for the second one. Wait, what? Thanks again for the inspiration, Zloy. Oh, what? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. It's a block. It's a block. He's just poking fun that I left that over there, isn't he? Well, you know what? I'm going to take this mini block and I'm going to use it. So joke's on you, Zloy. All right, let's just get on with the episode. We're going to do something today that we haven't really done in quite a while. I mean, I'm talking probably season 2 kind of a while, maybe even season 1 for all I know. We're going to build something completely on camera. And I feel like we're going to do this because sometimes it's really nice to talk through the building process, right? It's not always the correct way to go about it. But right now, I'm feeling like this area right here needs quite a bit of work. What we want is when we come in here to just see something and think, wow, this is going to be good. Like we want the entrance to be not necessarily like a wow factor, but we want it to tell a story of what this base is going to be. And I think what we're going to do, right, is kind of tie in this bridge because right now this bridge doesn't have a lot of detail, right? It's beautiful. We have all these ornate detailings. We have this story that it's trying to tell. And without the end, right? Because that's coming. That's going to come as soon as we have more of an idea of the look my neighbors are going for. This bridge will lead to a pathway down to docks, and it's going to be one half of the story. But the other half is leading into this mine. And when we see it from the front, we think, wow, okay, this is going to be detailed. It's going to be pretty because we have this double-edged hammer or like kind of weapon thing up there. And we have all of these details leading inwards. But right now, all we have is basically structure, right? So we have these little arms coming in. We have this dark brooding area with candles here and there. And it doesn't tell the story yet. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that face that we have on the bridge, right? You know the face that's spitting water. We're gonna take that face and we're gonna bring it here on the inside. I'm thinking right here in the center, we're gonna have that face and it's going to be that focal point that we need. It ties the bridge in with the mine, and then as we go along, we'll see more details and we'll get more of the picture. And I think just having this entrance completed is going to do wonders for our area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out this stone off camera and get it prepped for the design, and then I'll come back and we will do it all together. See you guys in a second. I think that this is a pretty good base to work with. We have a nice little shape and it shouldn't be too hard to include the face and maybe still get a few other details in. I think maybe what we'll do is start with the top first and work our way down. I think what we'll do, right, is we'll go with 1, 2, 3. And then how did that go? I think it went here, here, here. Sorry, it's been a while since I've designed this, so we're gonna have to wing it a little bit unless we want to go back out there and try to get a copy of it. So the eyes are here, and then I believe we had, let's go maybe just the regular one here, and then we had beard started there. Pretty sure that's all that was. So let's go here just to get this started, right? Beard might be the easiest thing to do since it's like a pretty easy build palette, right? So we have like this, we'll mix it up a little bit. We'll add maybe like that, and then maybe another cracked in there. Maybe that's too much cracked brick. You know what? I don't hate it. So we'll keep that. And let's see if we go back here. Yeah, I think that's definitely the right way to go. So then the more difficult bit is trying to work on the helmet. So this might be a very small a small area to try to get this working. So we have stair block, right? Block. And then we have one of these, one of those to create the more round shape. How do? Let's go like this. Is there room here? Bloop. Nice. We'll just we'll just take this off and we'll adjust as we go. So more like that. And excuse me, sir. There. Then we'll put you back. So it does leave an interesting space right here. Maybe what we do is we go in with this. Maybe? Hold on. Let's try this and maybe here, right? And a block there. Make it go up a little. So we want that corner and that corner. maybe. That looks a little weird, doesn't it? I think that might be too much. I don't hate it, but I don't like how pointed it is. That feels a little too pointed. If we remove that and instead put one of these, is that a little better? And then floop. And there. Now let's tear this down. Sorry. See, this is the fun of doing it on camera, is sometimes you mess up and sometimes it doesn't look good. So then on camera, you're like, oh yeah, this is great. But let's just pick all these up and take a step back and see. Yeah, see, that feels much better. It doesn't feel nearly as pointy. And I think that's probably a really good start. So then what we can do is we can start designing maybe an area around it. So let's go ahead. Let's get some more of these cracked bricks because I do quite like the variation. I think that it does add a little bit of a new taste to it. So let's go dark walls here. Let's keep it nice and moody, right? And then maybe stay with me here, right? Let's create more shapes. The thing with this base, the thing with this whole dwarven, wonderfulness is that we are able to do something just a little bit different than the norm that I'm used to, and still give us a little bit of time. So let's maybe we throw in a new block. Nope, that's not how you do that, Jessie. So take a step back. And I like that. See, we have so much of that example in this build. We have arches here, we have roundness here, and even in like the center, we just have this little bit of round that adds to it while still keeping the sharp, dark, moody, like gothic style that I really like. So I'm pretty happy with that, but maybe what we do is we take some of these candles that Zap was kind enough to give us, and we do something like that, right? It gives that nice moody vibe still, but one thing we can do the same as we did outside was come down here, grab 2 of those, and there we go. I think that adds so much to the entrance, right? Let's just go sleep. And when you come back in, boom, you just see this face. I think it's really, really what the area was missing. I'm not even gonna lie. I think that's perfect. I'm super happy. But what we do need to do now is figure out something for this area, because very obviously it is missing a little bit of something. We just need maybe to tie it in, right? Nothing extravagant, nothing too crazy, but just give us a little bit of enclosed space, throw in some of these here and there, maybe a little bit like that, right? So we're closing in the space, making it more dingy, more gothic, more, I don't know, more planned. It looks like time was spent on this. And I think that's what this area needs, right? We have this big hallway leading to nothing. Then we have boom, we have here. Then you go down this big moody hallway and we get to our smelting and our storage. And again, this looks very moody and very planned. And I love it. All the details. I think we're in the right direction. I think we're headed to something that could be wonderful. And this is really giving me that inspiration. As I mentioned, in, I think, the last episode. I've been struggling with this space. I love this space. I think it's amazing. I still have so many plans for this area, but it's been really hard kind of focusing on one thing, right? Like I've needed to break it up. And after the pranks and after some of the fun, I just had this sudden burst of inspiration to come back here. And I think this just solidified it because this is exactly what this area needed. And what I'm going to do is finish this little tiny space on the side. And I'm going to come back and show you just how complete this now looks. And after little to no time at all, it's done and already it feels so right, guys. If we come through here, we go in and immediately that's what you see. And it's changed the entire feel of this entrance. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's just me, but it feels so good. It feels exactly how I wanted it to, and I am so in love with it. If we come in, we see that it's just like this nice like looming figure. And over here, I just decided to keep it very simple and add just a little bit of arches, a candle here or there. And it just looks nice, gothic, and kind of ominous, if I'm going to be real honest. And I think that's perfect. I think that's exactly what this area needed. And hopefully soon I'm going to get these walls decorated and it'll just keep feeling more and more ornate and more done. And I love it. This is what we came up with on stream not too long ago. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Just adding something to add something feels okay, but maybe not the right move. So I haven't decided if we're going to keep that feel going throughout or if we will do something a little bit more planned, maybe something like this, where we have it look a little bit more planned, I guess. But so far, I'm really loving it. I'm really happy. And I think it's time we move on to the next project.